Wednesday, August 14th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Big weather changes underway here across the region, and I think in the opinion of most folks, these are welcome weather changes. Let's look back at yesterday. It was another very humid day, pretty hot in some spots too, especially over toward I-95. Columbia, Fayetteville, both at 96. Charleston at 96 yesterday. And now changes are underway. Now you look at the temperature map, it doesn't look a whole lot different in many spots outside of the mountains than what we've seen the past couple of days, but it is a different weather story. Dew points are dropping. Dew point down to 63 in Greensboro, down to 56 in Boone, and that cooler, drier air will continue to filter on in here all day long. The radar is quiet across most of the area, the exception being coastal parts of South Carolina and then offshore from the North Carolina coast. That is ahead of that front that continues to move on through the region. But look upstream. Very, very quiet, nice type of conditions all across the Ohio Valley and the Midwest, and that is what is heading in our direction. Here are the temperatures across the region. You look at places like Chicago, Columbus, and Buffalo, all in the 50s. And again, that's the air mass dropping our way. Look at some of these chilly temperatures. Tomahawk, Wisconsin, 35 degrees right now, and we're already seeing some of that cooler, drier air move in. These are 5:30 temperatures up in the mountains, and you have a lot of mountain spots, especially in northwestern North Carolina, all the way down into the 50s. A sign of things to come. Cold front off to the south now. That's where it'll stay over the next few days, so this drier and cooler air continues to work on in. We had some pretty good thunderstorms with that frontal passage yesterday. Now it's going to be pretty quiet in most spots. Now, today there will be some rain in the coastal parts, or at least the eastern half of South Carolina to coastal North Carolina, but for places like Charlotte, Greensboro, probably Raleigh. It's going to be a rain-free day with lower levels of humidity, and tomorrow a very similar type of weather day as well, as this cooler and drier air continues to take hold here all across the region. Really a delightful, very, very nice August air mass. Look at our dew point forecast here. We've had those low 70s for dew points for days and days, but here we are this afternoon. Dew points dropping, and we'll be all in the midst of that drier air tomorrow with a lot of 50s for dew points, meaning very low levels of humidity all across much of the region, especially the Piedmont and foothills up into the mountains. Now, thereafter, we get into the weekend, and a pretty wet setup begins to unfold. We're going to get some tropical moisture involved. That's going to begin to sort of ride up and over this high pressure that we have wedged in at the surface, and the result here probably is going to be a cool, wet period for us, maybe as early as Friday, but certainly for Saturday and Sunday. And we'll see. If the rain really settles in, we might have some Piedmont spots not get out of the 60s somewhere in there Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Now, speaking of the tropics, pretty disorganized looking disturbance down here in the Caribbean Sea. It's not very impressive, but as I mentioned a moment ago, tropical moisture begins to lift our way, so this will kind of bend off to the northeast and will enhance the rain chances across the southeast over the weekend. We also have a tropical wave that has emerged off the African coast. That one bears watching for signs of development, and I'll show you the quick spaghetti charts here on this, generally west and northwest. And once it gets as far north as some of the modeling is indicating, that probably gets recurved into the Atlantic, but again, something to watch as we move forward. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the great weather, and God bless.